Still waiting for a big smile out of you. You're up 2-0. What's the story? Are you not happy, or you're only half happy, or?
Still to be happy about.
You're up 2-0.
Job's not finished. Job finished? I don't think so.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Rick's BLAZIN takes. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you here with me. I appreciate that. So without further ado, let's get right into it.
Yes, sir. SimWorld, what's up? What it do? Welcome to another episode of Rick's BLAZIN takes, giving you the ins and outs here in SimWorld. I got a few topics that I'm talking about right now when I get to it, so let's talk about it. Do everybody dance on that part like I do? I feel like I groove every time that part comes on. All right. So let's talk about arguably one of the best teams currently here in SimWorld that just came off of a game on yesterday. The OGs played against Philadelphia. I want to talk about the OGs a little bit. And I first want to start off by giving Philadelphia and their coach Dries, his props. Now, he preaches defense. His boys came in and played defense and played offense, and they secured and deserved that victory. He did give the league one nugget. He did give the league that one nugget that everybody in the league can do when you're playing against the OGs. Now, the rest of the stuff I'm going to say is going to be very difficult to do for every team. But this one thing all teams can do, and that's when Cooper Flag goes out, you need to go on offensive. Whenever Cooper Flag checks out, you need to check your best lineup in. Because you're going to need a cushion, or at least try to build a cushion against the OGs to have a chance to win, because they are going to make a run at some point in time. And with Cooper Flag, they can easily make a 10, 15-point run in a span of 2 minutes. So one nugget that Coach Dries has showed the entire league, Cooper Flag goes out, you better make a run. If you don't make a run, when Cooper Flag goes out, it's probably going to be curtains for you. It just is what it is. Now on the OG side, no one's talking about this, but I have to mention it. To me, they're sort of looking like last year's Showtime team. If I'm being honest, they're kind of looking like last year's Showtime team. With Bronny James leading the way. When Bronny James plays all world, Showtime won. When Bronny James played less than all world, it was either a close victory or Showtime loss. Now, there's a distinct difference between Bronny and Cooper, mainly because Cooper is 6'9". That's the distinct difference. He's 6'9" with the type of athleticism and speed that a Bronny James type has. So that makes him it puts him in a total different stratosphere just because he's genetically different than any other player in SimWorld. But my point is, the OGs are going to be just fine for most of the season against most of the teams playing exactly how they're playing right now. I say it again. The OG is going to be just fine playing against most of the teams for most of the season how they're currently playing. However, there are a few teams, it's about a handful of teams, who has bigs who are athletic enough to keep up and challenge Cooper. You're not shutting Cooper Flag down, so don't even think about it. But challenge him and make him shoot a regular person's percentage from the field, 50%, 60%. Because usually he's shooting like 65, 70% from the field with 30 points. If you can get Cooper Flag to shoot about 50%, you've done your job. You've done more than your job. There's a handful of teams who has bigs that are athletic enough and cares enough about defense to challenge Cooper Flag. Those teams have a shot. If you don't have a big that's athletic enough and cares enough on the defensive end to challenge Cooper Flag, you probably don't have a shot unless the originators just implode on their own. So there are a few teams. So my point is, OGs are going to go, they're going to cruise through the regular season. When it comes to the race of one, it's going to be all about matchups. OGs get the wrong matchup, they could come up short.
Number 2.
All right, second topic, I want to go into some Homer talk just for a second. I want to give congratulations officially to my Houston Texans, man. Can we give it up one time for the H-Town? I mean, you have to understand where I come from as a Houstonian. First of all, quick backstory. We were supposed to have the number 1 pick. Last year, we had the number 1 pick going into the last game of the last season. Our coach, Lovie Smith, at the time, knew he was not coming back to the Houston Texans, so he decided to do the screw job for us. Him and Brandon Cooks, the wide receiver, decided to do the screw job. Instead of losing the game, we were down. It was 4th and whatever. We was down, 4th quarter, seconds left. Lovie decided to go. We all knew we wanted to lose the game so we can secure our number 1 pick. Lovie decided to go for the win, and he got it. Why? Because he wanted to screw us on his way out of the door. So instead of the number 1 pick, we got the number 2 pick. Well, we see how that turned out. Bryce Young was the number 1 pick. We was number 2 pick. We got Stroud, and thank you, Lovie. Coach Lovie Smith tried to hose us, and he hosed himself. He put us in a better position. Lovie, here's your doggone flowers. You selfish SOB. We paid you millions of dollars. You try to screw us, and you put us in a better position. Thank you, Lovie, begrudgingly. You selfish SOB. We did it in spite of. Ha, 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 ha. Now, coming into this season, you have to understand, as a Texans fan, with a rookie quarterback, a rookie head coach, and a new offensive coordinator, we only expected to compete this season. 6 games, 7 games, maybe even 8 games. Like that was our peak that we expected this season. We had no idea CJ Stroud was going to be. I personally had no idea CJ Stroud was going to be what he became. And I just want to give the Texans credit, man, for overseeing the expectations. Now we think Super Bowl. I'll be honest with you. We got Baltimore coming up. Baltimore's going to be a hell of a game. But we played Baltimore earlier this season. At the halftime, the score was 7-6. Baltimore was up. So we can hang with Baltimore. We show we can hang with Baltimore early in the season. I think we on riding high, and I'll say this, I'm going to go on record. If we beat Baltimore, we are going to the Super Bowl. I know that's some real homer talk, but I'm telling you, if we beat Baltimore, we're going to beat the Chiefs or the Bills, and we are going to the freaking Super Bowl. One time for the Houston Texans. We all know the best team in Texas reside in Houston and not Dallas, because Dallas is a never-ending saga of bonanza. They 12-5, 11 games, 10 games, 12 games every year during the regular season. I'm telling you, I've said it before, the Cowboys will never win a championship in my lifetime, and not in yours either. Let's cuss and discuss in the chat.